What is going on, everybody? It's your boy, the Lo-Fi Horror Guy. Today, we're going to go over all sorts of stuff in the world of your boy, the Lo-Fi Horror Guy. We're going to go over recent watches. We're going to go over recent listens that are jamming, some musics that are music, tunes that are boonsins. I don't know. What am I reading? Everything in the world of the Lo-Fi Horror Guy right now, my most recents are pouring to you. You're going to find it only here on the Lo-Fi Horror Guy page. So, let's start this bad boy off with some of my more recent watches. The wife and I watched Daybreakers last night. My last video, I did an unboxing of this bad boy. It was surprisingly good. I gave it a 3.2 out of 5 on my Letterboxd. You can go up top on the page there, on the channel, on the YouTube channel, and you can find my Letterboxd and my Instagram. I was pleasantly surprised. I'm not huge on Ethan Hawke, but I thought that he did really, really well. I thought Sam Neill did really well. I thought Willem Dafoe, of course, did really well. Willem Dafoe rules, so you can't really go wrong with having him in a movie. But the cast was just awesome. You know, it was one of those things where I'd put it off forever. I thought it was kind of like an action drama. My wife for years has been telling me that I need to watch it, and finally watched it, and I'm super bummed out that I haven't watched it up until now. But I'm glad that I bought it. I'm glad that I have it. So that is in the collection now. We watched that last night. Tomorrow night we are going to watch Underwater. So that was the other unboxing that I did there. So like I said, I gave that a 3.2 out of 5. Next up, I'm going to talk about Cursed Films. That is on Shudder. I subscribe to it through Amazon Prime. Believe there's like 6 episodes right now. They're about 25-30 minutes each. The first one that I watched, and the only one that I watched, was The Exorcist. So let me say, just this episode, I gave about a 2.3 or 2.1, actually. Oh my God, I don't even know what that sound was. I'm sorry. I gave it a 2.1. Now, here's the thing. I loved it all the way up until it got to this, like, real-life Exorcist. I don't know. I was not at all intrigued by that part. I wanted to turn off the whole thing, hoping that the episode was going to go back to more stuff about the movie. I have no idea why they included that. It just looked like a huge crock of shit. Sitting here watching all the people tearing their shirt open, and I'm just like, stop. Terrible. Absolutely awful. So, first half of the Cursed Films, episode 1, The Exorcist, good. Last half, fuck off. So, there's that. Next was on Hulu. It's a series based on the movie What We Do in the Shadows. The original movie is hilarious. One of my favorite vampire movies in the whole genre, or subgenre I should say, but the TV show is just as funny. It's fucking hilarious. My wife and I love it. Super good. I would definitely, a 3.8 out of 5. So solid. That show is really funny, really silly, very full of satire. The energy vampire, or whatever the hell they call him, is just, oh my God, just watch it, please. We are just about done with the first season. They're about to air a second season, so I am so pumped for that, so excited. Lastly, for my watches, my recent watches, I've been meaning to pick this bad boy up on DVD. I haven't yet. I broke down and watched it on YouTube thanks to my buddy Brad. He let me know that it was on there, the whole entire thing. I watched Jim Varney in The Treehouse Hostage. Oh my God, that movie rules. If you love 90s movies, if you love montages, if you love 90s music, if you love unnecessary when like somebody's on a bike or something type sound effects, if you love movies that have the principal that's the main villain, God, this movie is awesome. I absolutely love it. If you also love farts, like your boy does, of course, you're gonna love this movie. Jim Varney doesn't play Ernest, but this movie is very good. I gave it a 3.6 out of 5. It's super silly. You know, it's not something you have to take seriously, especially in the times that we're in right now. It's fun to just go back to the 90s and have some fun. All right, so what am I reading now? Currently, I'm actually at the same time reading a book and listening to a book. So, reading S. Craig Zahler. That's right. If you haven't read any of his stuff, S. Craig Zahler, this is now the second book that I've read of his. This book is amazing. I'm just about to the end of it here. I'm just about done. I'm at a very pivotal moment, so I'm trying to hurry this video up so I can get into this and try to finish this bad boy because it's so good. Wraiths of the Broken Land. If you have not heard of S. Craig Zahler, if you've never seen his movies, if you've never read his, if you've never read his books, if you've never read his books and you've seen his movies, if you've read his books and haven't seen his movies, it's just instant. It's continual, combinations of S. Craig Zahler goodness. You have to check the dude out. You have to check out his books. You have to check out his movies. Wraiths of the Broken Land is about two girls that are in a prostitution ring in Mexico. Their brothers hire somebody to come with them to go and try to break them out all throughout. It's a Western horror, and cowboys, horses, bow and arrows, guns. Dude, you're gonna love it. I promise you. Check it out on Amazon. It's probably 10 bucks or so. I don't know. I think it was 12 bucks. This is the first edition too. So good. Check it out. So for the next book is Stephen King and Owen King's Sleeping Beauties. Now I have this bad boy. If I can turn your attention to this. Dun, dun, dun. This thing's damn near wider than my fucking head is. Your boy has an attention span of a caterpillar. Okay, one moment I'm looking here and I'm in this direction. The other moment I'm here in this direction. Maybe a worm. I do try my hardest as far as sitting, but a lot of times I feel like a book of this size is just overwhelming. And it was something that my wife bought me, and she didn't realize that it was going to be this huge. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, that's going to take me forever. I listened to it. I really loved listening to that. A buddy of mine at work actually had this on audio, the CD. So I've been listening to it. It's not too bad. I'm at a point right now that's a little rough. For it being 600 pages, there's probably 785 characters in it. So it's a little tough. Joe Hill is Stephen King's other son that he, I think, takes on a different role as far as Stephen and Owen, where he dwindles back a little bit and doesn't have his material so just constantly rambling about certain things. I feel like Stephen and Owen both do that a little bit, and it really shows in this book. But it is good. I'm going to finish it. It's just taking me a little bit. So Stephen King's and Owen King's Sleeping Beauties. Boom. So those are my current reads for your boy. What am I listening to? I have been checking out the Umbra Vitae. I think I'm saying that right. I'm not sure. Umbra Vitae? Vitae? Vita. Vito. UMBRAVITAE. If you know how to pronounce that, leave that in the comments for me. That'd be sick. Anyway, they just released a new single. Their album's coming out May 1st. New single called Mantra of Madness, which is sweet. So you got a couple of members, from my understanding, of the Red Chord. So sick. You have Jacob Bannon on vocals from Converge. So sick. I think somebody from Job for a Cowboy's in the band too. I'm not so sure. They sold me on Converge and the Red Chord, and it's super good. So I would for sure check that out. Next up is Drain. They just released an album called California Cursed. Couple of tracks off some EPs that they released. Couple of new tracks. They all rip. My neck for that solid 20 minutes that the album is long. Just headbangs, just breaks, just thrashes. My hair goes everywhere. My glasses go crooked. It's a mess. Drain, California Cursed is definitely up there already for 2020's best. So good job to you guys. That album is sick as fuck. Next, A Pregnant Light just released this last Friday, released I, a 5-track, it's actually one song broken up into 5 tracks, I believe, 5 or 6, EP that he's just putting out. A Pregnant Light is also doing this thing where they have a landline that you call into, and every 13th of the month they put up a new track. So, you know, he just goes and, you know, uploads the song, and you go and you dial in a number and say hello, and it gives you, you know, the operator, and it says that press 1 to leave a message, you know, or kiss me through the phone, press 2 to check out, and then whatever the newest song is. Super cool. Pregnant Light always does awesome shit. Damien does a great job with that. Great job, absolutely. This EP is awesome, and I expected no less. So high five to you, fist bump to your doggy. Arf arf to the D-man. Okay, last but not least, of course I have to drop the Acacia Strain. Duh. They just released the C EP. So they have released now D, E, and C. Initially I thought it was maybe Death, or I don't know. Now I have no idea what I think it is, because all their EPs are supposed to spell out what the album's name is, I believe. A thought that I had was possibly that these songs are all being released in backwards order, and so it's supposed to be like CED is like the last 3 letters of the word. I don't know. I'm just loving the shit that they're doing. But they released the most recent, this last Friday, they released C. Let's see, Cross Gates is the first track, and then the second track, I'm gonna have to read this. I had to write it down because it's 3 sentences long. I breathed in the smoke deeply, it tasted like death, and I smiled. So emo. Very sick though. Both of the tracks are awesome. This newest stuff is my favorite since Continent, so I'm really excited about the band that they have right now, and Vincent's still growing, keeping things interesting with his lyrics. Very cool stuff. That's all I got for you. Like, okay, now I'm done. Give me ding, give me dong, give me bing, give me bong, give me like, give me share. If you don't, I don't care. At the end of the day, I just want you to enjoy all these things with me. Enjoy some good horror, some good nice books, some good nice Blu-rays, some good nice, you know, all this stuff back here, the artwork. I have a thing going on right now. If I get 100 subscribers to YouTube, and if I get 100 more followers on Instagram, so one or the other, I will announce all the details that I got for you for this newest giveaway. This bad boy is going to be fly. There's such cool shit. I can't wait to tell you. I can't wait to show you, you know, release a little more information. I'm chomping at the bit for it. Some good giveaways. Also going to be kind of like a fundraiser, like the Australia thing. So going to go to a good organization. You know, here we are. We're doing it big. It's your boy, the Lo-Fi Horror Guy. Keep your eyes out for a couple of things coming up here. We're trying to do some big things here while we're quarantined, and take care of yourselves, take care of each other. More importantly, as importantly, as taking care of yourself. I'm out of here. I'm gonna give you the old 3, 2, 1.